Oh wow, so I was really not ready to record this video today. I never thought it would be this soon into my channel that I'd be telling this story, but I just feel like a lot of you need to hear this at this point because I've mentioned it many times that I died when I was 14 years old. And no, it wasn't some near-death experience or me in a coma or something like that. It's just I think my soul died, and I don't think I've ever grown up since then, and it's going to be really hard for me to film this video. I'm not sure how I'm going to react to this. I've never told anyone this story. I mean, honestly, like the 800 people that were there will know this story, but they're probably not watching anyway. So other than those people, anyone in my life, anyone that I've ever known doesn't know this story. And so I guess I'll just get started. It was 9th grade, and I had just come out the year before in 8th grade. And so when I got to 9th grade, everyone already kind of knew that I was gay. And so I thought that that might make things easier if everyone already knew and I didn't have to go through the trauma of coming out in high school. So I came out in middle school and just told people and let them kind of tell everyone else. So that way, by the time I got to 9th grade, I was already out. So of course, growing up in Florida, I dealt with a lot of bullying and stalking and torture and trauma. I did. But that's not what necessarily the story is about. Or I guess it is, but it's not a specific time that someone messed with me. Whew. Whoa. I really blocked out this story for a really long time, and it wasn't till about 2020. So, 16 years later that I thought about this story again. And so as I'm like saying this right now, my heart is beating so fast and I can't breathe. And it's just like, to be honest, I don't know how I'm still alive. To be honest, I don't know how I'm not a fucking serial killer and just like rampaged against all the people that did this to me. But I was in 9th grade and we had this assembly. And before I get into this assembly, in 9th grade, I was an emo scene kid. I grew up in the MySpace era. This was like 2004, 2005. And so I went to school with makeup on. I even wore rainbow eyelashes to school sometimes. It was all just for fun, for me to figure myself out. I was a MySpace kid. So I was completely different from every single person at my school. First of all, I was the only gay kid. There was no one else like me. Nobody else came out as gay until senior year. So 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and most of senior year, I was the gay kid, the only gay kid. And so I got all of the trauma, all of it. No one else had to deal with it, even though I knew who they were. They didn't have to deal with it. So you're welcome. But just to kind of lay the ground stage of who I was, and I was severely made fun of, like all the time, every single day. There wasn't a day that went by that I didn't fear that somebody was going to not necessarily physically hurt me, but just hurt me. There was not a day that went by that I wished that I was straight and in a different body and a different person. I wasn't allowed to be homeschooled. I tried to do online school so I could get out of school, but my parents just didn't understand. And it's not their fault. I didn't tell them what was going on with me. I didn't clue them in on the severity of what I was dealing with. Like, for example, guys drove to my high school with their trucks, and I'm not going to lie, those guys are so fucking hot. And it's like maybe a Stockholm syndrome thing that I'm like attracted to the guys that beat me up. But they drove to school with Confederate flags on their trucks. So you can imagine what I went through as like a gay man or a gay boy at that time. But it wasn't just them. And that's kind of what this story is about. I'll just get into it. So we had this assembly, and I don't remember what the whole thing was called, but it was all of 9th and 10th grade. So it was about 800 students. They pack us into the gym where we would have PE and all of that stuff. They packed us into the gym, and it was supposed to be this group therapy thing, I guess. I really don't remember the name of it. I wish I did. Essentially, this group of adults came to, I don't know what the point of this was, to be honest. So I guess I'll just kind of tell you what happened. So we meet up in the gymnasium, all 800 of us, and these people split us off into groups, into like groups of 20 or 30 of us. And we got into these little circles. We had to go around one by one and tell the group the thing about us that maybe not everyone else knows. It could be like a trauma. It's just something that a lot of people don't know about you, so we can get connected more, I guess. And so everyone went around and told their traumas about their family member dying or whatever. And the whole time I'm just like, what am I even going to say right now? Like, I don't want people to know how I really feel. I never do. But then when it became my turn, I don't know what took over me, but it came out. And I said, I'm tired of everybody making fun of me. I'm tired of being the only person that is like made fun of in this entire school, because I'm not lying to you. It was me only. It was like everyone had it out for me. It was such a different time. And so when I say that like Gen Z and Gen Alpha have it so fucking easy being gay, you do. Like, I don't even think that you can imagine what it feels like to have every fucking person in the school making fun of you. Like, I had to walk through the hallways and be in the classroom just constantly. I had this constant fucking voice in my head that everyone is making fun of you. And they were. It wasn't like this like made up fucking thing. Like, I couldn't go, there was not one day in middle school and high school that I went without somebody saying something to me, saying something about me, or humiliating me. Every single fucking day. And so when you guys come in here and you're like, oh, you have internalized homophobia, maybe I fucking do. Okay? Because I don't think you understand what it feels like to be so rejected by society. Like, it's not just every once in a while. It was every single fucking day. Every fucking day that I had to deal with people talking about me, making fun of me, and making me feel like less of a person just because of my sexuality. And so I always think about how the fact that all of those people said that to me and did things to me. And then I see some of those people now on Instagram going to gay rallies to fight against the Republicans for hating gays. And I'm just like, oh, so now you care? Now you care, or is it just fake caring? But that's besides the point. So I tell this group that I'm tired of everyone making fun of me and that I just like am over it, basically. And I thought that would kind of just like push, it would get pushed under the rug compared to some of the people talking about how their family like suicided themselves or whatever, So I was like, oh, this will be an easy one that they like won't say anything about. And so after we said our things, they had us do other little activities where it was a whole just like big therapy session to like share your life. And I don't even know. I don't even know. I think it was to bring us together or something, but that really didn't fucking work. But there was a point toward the end after we did all of the situations and all of the activities. The creators of this group went up on stage and started to just talk about things and bring up people's personal stories and not necessarily call them out, until all of a sudden they're calling me up onto stage, literally in front of everybody. And first of all, I don't like being in front of groups of people in general. And this was even before this. So it wasn't like this trauma created my stage fright. I had stage fright before. So there was that layer to it. They bring me up on stage. They bring me up on stage. I'm sorry, this is like really just... So they bring me up on stage. And they say to the crowd, raise your hand if you've ever made fun of Mitch. Every single person in that room raised their hand. 800 people, just the 9th and 10th grade alone. Every single person raised their hand. My friends, or who I thought were my friends, my acquaintances, the people that used my MySpace fame for clout, all of them raised their hand. Every single fucking person in that room. Every single person raised their hand that they had made fun of me. So you can imagine what that would do to somebody's brain. Because I knew it. I knew that everyone made fun of me. But to actually get confirmation is something that not most people get to get. And so to get confirmation that everybody around me, including my friends, made fun of me, it makes me... It's obvious. It's so obvious that, of course, I'm going to hate humanity after that. That's why I say, like, how have I not fucking killed myself? Like, how have I not become a serial killer after that? And so the person with the mic, asked me, how do you feel about this? And in the moment, and just being who I am, I didn't want to show vulnerability. I don't like showing my vulnerability. Like, I should be bawling my fucking eyes out in this video right now, but I'm not, because it's just like, it's so long ago, and it's also just so fucking still flabbergasting, if that's even a word, that even happened. And so my response in the mic was, well, I don't really care. And that was just a deflection of mine to really say, like, I really fucking care. Like, fuck all of you fucking pieces of fucking trash. Fuck all of you. And you want to know the even shittier thing? Not one person, including my friends, ever came up to me after that. Days later, weeks later, hours later, never. No one ever came up to me to say I'm sorry. No one texted me. No one MySpace messaged me. Like, no one said anything about it ever again. No one said, I'm so sorry for doing that to you. I didn't realize nothing. I got nothing. And I still pretended to be okay for so many years after that with those people that I saw raise their fucking hands. I still pretended to be their friends. And it's wild that I even did that. And I will say, there was one person, one that came up to me as I was leaving the gymnasium. And it was a straight guy. He was the only one out of my closeted gay friends, out of my girls that came up to me. One fucking straight guy. And I think that that's why I actually gravitate more towards straight guys now, is because of him. And it was the least likely person. He was like a really popular dude. I knew he made fun of me, but he came up to me after, as I was walking out of the gymnasium, and told me, you know, dude, I'm so sorry that I ever said anything to you. I really want to apologize for that. And I will be forever grateful to that man for saying that to me. Like, all of you couldn't say shit to me, but the one person that does is the straight guy. One straight guy out of 800 fucking people said sorry to me. And so it's really hard for me to sympathize with people now. And it's really hard for me to break my wall down for people. And when I do break my wall down, I end up putting it back up because of shit like this again. It's just so insane to me that not even the like teachers, not even the counselors, not even the principal said anything to me. They didn't say anything to my parents. But if I had grown up in 2020, the whole fucking world would have known, and I would have been praised as this like God for being able to deal with that. And my parents would have been told, and the teachers would have fucking put posters all over the wall for me. So yeah, when I see that everyone is getting gold fucking stars now for being LGBTQ, I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Where the fuck were you for me? Where the fuck were you? How the fuck could any of you let me go through that as a fucking 14-year-old? And you just like sit by, and now you're at the fucking rallies holding up your signs saying that you're fucking with the queer community. No, you're fucking not. You can't just take a fucking trendy thing and become a fucking protester for a community that you fucking made fun of 20 fucking years ago, you fucking pieces of shit. It's been 20 years and I've never said anything about this. And so when anyone comes for me now and says that, oh, you don't understand, oh, you're just a gay hater, oh, you have internalized homophobia, do you understand what even fucking happened to me? Do you even know what that fucking feels like? No, you don't. And so quit fucking acting like you know me, because you don't. And 14-year-old Mitch is ready to fucking move on. And that's why I'm finally making this video and finally telling all of you that were in that auditorium how I fucking feel. Because you are the lowest of low of human fucking garbage. And when I see you hold up your little protesting sign that you're with the queer community now, I literally eye roll to the fucking ground, because you are so fucking delusionally fucking stupid. And I will never forgive you. I'll never forgive you. I remember every single fucking person that ever said anything to me. And I remember all of you holding up your hands. I saw you in the front fucking row. So there you have it. There's my lore. That's my final trauma. That's why I died at 14 years old. But you know what? I'm ready to move on. And I created this channel so that I could move on. I could tell you everything and I could move forward. With that being said, I want all of you to know that I am so appreciative to the people that reach out to me and tell me that they understand me. And I feel like I finally found a group of people that doesn't judge me. And even the ones that do, you still don't really understand, but it's okay. It's okay. You didn't know this story. You don't really know me. And that's okay. But I'm just happy that I can share these things with you and that I can talk through these things with you. So thank you for being there for me. And I guess with that, I'll catch you in the next video.